Our today's lesson is about learning theory. The first theory is the social constructivism by Vigotsky. The second one is observational learning by Bandura, and the last theory is cognitive apprenticeship by Jhon. So let's go over to those theories.
Hello, today let's talk about the social constructivism theory by Vigotsky.
Hello, my dear children. Hello, okay, now you are going to work in pairs. Okay, you are going to make a pyramid. I give you an example. You have to put one glass on the other one. Now it's your turn. Under the table, and then two, and the other one only two. Leave by yourself. 3 pieces.
What is constructivism? It is based on a type of learning in which the learner forms or constructs much of what she or he learns or comprehends. Social interaction. Vygotsky's theories emphasize the fundamental role of social interaction in the development of cognition. 4 basic principles of Vygotsky. Number 1, learning is necessary and universal. Number 2, development cannot be separated from its social context. Number 3, language plays a central role in mental development. Number 5, children construct their knowledge. Vygotsky's theory places more emphasis on number 1, culture affecting. Number 2, social factor. Number 3, the role of language in cognitive development.
Now let's continue with the 3 major aspects of constructivist theory, which are: first one, the social interaction; second one, the more knowledgeable other; third one, the sum of proximal development.
Social interaction. Vygotsky states every function in the child's culture development appears twice. First, on the social level between people, and later on the individual level inside the child. The second one, the more knowledgeable other, anyone who has a higher ability level than the learner. For example, teachers, other adults, advanced students. The third one is sum of proximal development, related to the difference between what a child can achieve independently and what a child can achieve with guidance and encouragement from a skilled partner. According to Vygotsky, learning occurs here.
Okay, let's continue talking about theories. And now let's go over observational theory, which is basically based on the imitation of some actions or behaviors. So here we go.
La 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 la. Yeah, my favorite book. You can hear. What did she do?
She started to read a book.
Oh, what is the book?
I don't know, but I think it's interesting.
Yeah, she's happy.
Yes.
I like it.
Social learning theory's description. Learning occurs within a social context where people learn by observation, imitation, and modeling. This theory
It's called a bridge between behaviorism and cognitive learning theories. It encompasses attention, memory, and motivation. Now, conditions for effective modeling. Attention. In order to learn, people need to pay attention. Retention. The ability to store information is an important part of the learning process. Reproduction. Once you have paid attention to the model and retained the information, it's time to actually perform the behavior you observed. And motivation. In order for observational learning to be successful, you have to be motivated to imitate the behavior that has been modeled.
Now that we already know about Bandura's theory, let's go over to some characteristics and principles which this theory has.
Characteristics of Bandura's modeling theory. First one, main learning elements, observation and imitations. That means when children observe others' behaviors and then they do the same. Second one, pupils imitate their teachers from demonstration. In the classroom, students do the same that teachers do in order to develop an activity. A skill can be mastered if there were satisfaction and appropriate reinforcement. Students are going to have a better learning if they receive some reinforcement. And finally, process cover observation, thinking, memorizing, and imitation, ending with positive reinforcement. Now the general principles. People can learn by observing the behavior of others. Learning can occur without a change in behavior. Cognition plays a role in learning process. And finally, behavioristic learning theories, social learning theories, and cognitive theories are related between them.
Now, let's study the cognitive apprenticeship theory. Cognitive here means that the emphasis is on teaching of cognitive rather than physical skills, and apprenticeship means that the learning will occur through interaction with a more experienced tutor.
Hello guys! How are you today?
Great, teacher.
Nice hearing that. Now, to start our class, I would like to know if you remember the topic that we started yesterday. Do you remember?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, what can you tell me about past tense verbs?
I remember that there are irregular and regular verbs.
Yes.
Teacher, regular
Yes.
verbs are pronounced with ed, t, or d.
Good job. What about you?
I remember some examples of regular verbs and others from irregular verbs. The first one is regular verb live, and the past tense is live. And the irregular verbs, the present is did, do, and the past did.
Wow, you're an excellent student. Congratulations, guys. I see that you remember all about the topic that we started yesterday. So, but I need you to practice. So let's get in group to practice all those verbs that we started yesterday. And I'll be back in 5 minutes. Okay?
Okay, teacher.
I would like to be like her.
Oh, look at the teacher. Her classes are very understandable.
Yes, she's a really good professional. She has really convinced me about us.
Yeah.
Cognitive apprenticeship theory is a way of learning through experience guided by an expert or a model. This theory emerged in 1989 and it was developed by Jhon Brown and Adam Collins. Cognitive apprenticeship focuses on 4 dimensions that constitute any learning environment. Domain knowledge. It is based on knowledge like concepts, facts, or procedures. The second one is heuristic strategies. It is general techniques for accomplishing tasks. The third one It is control strategies, which is direction for solution process. And the last one is learning strategies. It is about knowledge, how to gain new knowledge. In the cognitive apprenticeship, we have 6 methods or way of learning. Modeling. Students model a decision-making process by observing an expert in real-life experiences. In the coaching way, usually include an expert offering advice, questioning, assistance, support, and explanation to learners trying to perform the task. In the scaffolding way, expert supports students when they need it, but then gradually removes his support as they advance. In the articulation, teacher encourages students to verbalize their knowledge and thinking. In reflection, teacher encourages students to compare their ways of problem solving with others. In the last way of learning, we have exploration, in which the teacher encourages students to pause and solve their own problems. The last 3 steps are very important for the interaction between master and learner to communicate and give some solution to different problems.
Now let's continue with the second 2 dimension of cognitive apprenticeship by Jhon Brown, focused on the learning environment.
The second one's dimension of cognitive apprenticeship that constitute any learning environment. The third one is sequencing keys to ordering learning activities that involve 4 important points. The first one is increasing complexity, that it is the meaningful tasks gradually increasing in difficulty. The second one is increasing diversity, that focus on practice in a variety of situations to emphasize broad application. And the third one is global to local skill, that is based on conceptualizing the whole task before executing the parts. And the other dimension is sociology, social characteristics of learning environments, focused in 4 important steps. Well, the first one is situated learning. That is when students learn in the context of working on realistic world. Second, community of practice. That is the communication about different ways to accomplish meaningful tasks. And the third one is intrinsic motivation, that students set personal goals to seek skills and solutions. And the last one is cooperation, in where students work together to accomplish their goals.